I'm really excited to be here to talk about the latest and greatest news in the Salesforce cybersecurity front. Obviously, it's been an active quarter as far as things happening in the ecosystem. Notably, as you may have heard, the ShinyHunters breach. And I've been involved in orgs that have had that happen to them and seen the organizational responses. I've seen the news articles and having kind of been on both sides of the story. And being in the cybersecurity space for a while, there's definitely a lot to talk about with that. So if you go back to some of our older content that we did with HIKE2, we were working together on bringing to light what we call the shared responsibility model, which is basically the Salesforce platform itself is inherently secure, and they make huge investments in security, platform trust, ability to configure the platform and report on it through add-ons like Shield and so forth. But that means, okay, you've got an inherently secure platform, but then you have a customer and admin who can or cannot do things according to best practice. And one euphemism I always use is Salesforce gives you the car, and then they hand you the keys, and it's your job to drive it on the road. A customer can definitely take a car off the road in a direction it wasn't intended. And that's kind of what happened with this breach. So Salesforce platform designed from the ground up to be interoperable. One area of that interoperability is the ability to do what's called an OAuth authentication between Salesforce and other third-party apps. Now, OAuth is amazing. It lets you one click or a couple clicks to create a relationship with another tool to share data. That has always been a huge advantage of Salesforce, having things like that. And unfortunately, some enterprising groups, i.e. ShinyHunters, figured out a way to exploit that. And they didn't just exploit it by attacking the platform itself. They attacked the users of the platform. They created a really well-orchestrated ruse. Hey, we need you to update this file or whatever. Please connect to the tool so that you can do it. And it was built in a very generic way where an average employee could foresee that being a legitimate request. And by clicking OK, they're now authorizing access to the platform. Now, the mistake isn't what does Salesforce do. The mistake happened years ago when permissions were added to user groups and profiles that were never least privileged, not only with data access, but the ability to authorize third-party apps. So we've been doing audits for years, and we've been flagging that particular permission to say, hey, just so you know, any user can get an OAuth permission set up, which generally is fine, but then you have these malicious attacks. So bringing it all the way back, I'm not here to say, hey, we told you the whole time, but I'm here to say there's a lot going on in the Salesforce platform. It's inherently secure. It's also very difficult for an average admin to step into their job one day and say, oh yeah, everything's completely secure, but based on all the configurations. Most orgs now, they've been around a while, they've had multiple leaders over the years, they have a complex footprint, and it really makes sense to periodically get everyone together to just take a hard look at, okay, if this platform were new right now, what would we be doing from a configurations perspective? We've been doing that for quite a few years. I'm really excited to be working with HIKE2 on that as well, so we can take a really bigger 360 view. Our specialty at Red Argyle has always been on the core platform and its integrations and keep it there. Working with HIKE2, big data specialists, analytics specialty, AI specialty, we're able to expand that in a collaborative way with our partners so that we can really look end to end at a Salesforce implementation and say, yes, this is in a secure posture. Maybe there's some things you need to fix up, or whoa, we have an active data leak going on over here, let's fix that, which unfortunately we have found in the past in customers that have brought us in. But so if you're interested in improving your security posture, we're happy to talk. And it's not an onerous process, just to say out loud. We come in, we take a look at some things, we'll run some reports, we do some context-specific review, which is not what you get out of the third-party scanning type tools. We're really going to look at your particular risk profile and then figure out a way to give you a path forward to secure things.